It's also very complicated. It also reads a lot of things. Your fridge, your temperature, you can control your light even though you don't have to come down from your tent. You can see to make sure nobody's that you don't want to be around with your car.
Correct.
You can control it all by phone, but also as complicated as it seems, but actually it's very easy to control it. Whoever that is understand a phone can actually access to it. It's just really easy. Phone can actually access to it. It's just really easy.
It is. Have a look at the videos online. The system is really intuitive, so it's easy to understand.
Easy to understand.
The screen, the push buttons on the screen are really easy to navigate. And you guys have seen the app. The app is so simple to use. And you can set the system up, for different icons and different channels to know which ones are lights, which ones are the turning on and off the inverter or other electrical loads that you have.
Before I can install it, this looks scary.
before
after all done, all good. Yeah, including the apps, the different region on the apps. I can download the apps.
Why? Something is really wrong.
Should I need to go to Australia first and download and go back again?
Yeah, but now it's easy, isn't it?
Yeah,
and I guess it's like anything new. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to get your
your
head around it.
Yeah.
And once you do, you realise, wow, it was so simple to
once you
to
understand. So good.
Yeah.
And
so
it's not that difficult.
You got somebody who understands it already here in Indonesia.
Oh, I wonder who.
Yeah.
No, I can't recommend you two enough. You've done some great installations from what I've seen on our products, and I think it's a good fit. Having partners like yourselves to be able to rely on to install our products.
We also want to learn more because we understand there are still more products that is going to be launched in the future. And there is also, we haven't discussed about this. So this is a pure shine inverter.
Correct. 350
watts that we installed in our car. So what is the biggest one?
3,000.
Yeah. So firstly,
watt.
what an inverter does, it converts DC power to AC power. So it's drawing the power off your battery. Secondary battery, auxiliary battery, and it's converting it to AC mains power. So that's house power, 230 volts.
Yeah, comes back to
which enables you to be able to connect your copy machine, hair dryer, other might be a TV, or other electrical loads that require charging your laptop, connecting your laptop, charging your phone. You can connect directly to the inverter to get that 230 volt AC mains power.
It's a very luxurious things when you can do blend a juice in the forest with this inverter, and without having to afraid that you're going to lose power, because the system's always taking care of you, that you're going to be okay.
Yeah, that's correct. And look, what we've seen over many years now is the increasing trend of people wanting to take their household appliances off-grid. Okay, so again, they want to have the TV, the kids want to have the PlayStation or the Nintendo,
that's right.
and you can cater for all these mainstream needs whilst you're going camping as well.
Nice.
So back to your question, it ranges from 350 watts up to 3,000. So it's 350, 700, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000.
So coffee machine, how many watts does it?
1,200 around that.
Yeah, we'd probably usually recommend 2,000 watts to be able to cater for a coffee machine.
So, I see.
Depending on the type of model it is, and Redarc can help you determine which model you need, depending on what you're wanting to power.
Yeah, because I see some serious video on TikTok getting their coffee machine, big one, inside with the Redarc system. That is insane.
We cater for all power needs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So one question. Is it possible when we put the DC to DC charger into the car when we're in the campsite and the vehicle is turned off, and then the solar charge the second battery, and then after the second battery full, is it gonna charge the starting battery as well?
Okay. The BCDC is designed to charge in one direction. So that is take its power from the start battery to charge the auxiliary battery.
Okay.
But to give you an example, if you're camping overnight and you leave your vehicle doors open, or you leave the radio on inside the vehicle and you end up with a flat start battery, what do I do then? Yeah, this is charging in one direction. In that case, you can install one of our battery isolators into the system. And by installing a momentary push button on the blue wire of the SBI, what it does, it connects the two batteries in parallel, and it will send power from the auxiliary battery
to the start
battery, so you can start the vehicle's ignition.
Right.
So we call that the ultimate dual battery setup.
Ultimate dual battery setup.
Correct. Yeah. So you're able to charge your auxiliary battery, but also send power the other way in case you end up with a flat start battery.
So we need to install this.
Ada cara curang buat kalau baterai lu
nggak bakalan habis baterai tankingnya.
Yeah.
So your starting battery won't be you won't have to ever afraid that you're gonna flat the starting battery.
Correct.
Because of this.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. If you're going
small
off grid.
Small rigs.
Small rigs. Yeah. Because it happens. You forgot to. Although it looks closed, the door is actually open.
Or you're leaving the radio on. Things happen. And when you're going into remote, isolated areas, you want to have the confidence that you can always again start that vehicle or be able to stay off grid for prolonged periods of time. And in Australia, we have customers that stay weeks and months at a time off grid. They never have to connect to 230 power.
When you get your starting battery flat, I still have one life. What's the blue button?
Momentary.
Correct.
Still live.
As long as you got power in that auxiliary.
How long do we have to wait before it charges when we push the momentary button?
Well, look, it's almost instantaneously, because what you're doing is connecting the two batteries.
So instantly.
Okay. Correct. Yeah, it's very, very quick.
It looks
and it won't take long.
It looks small, but it saves lives.
It can do. Yeah.
What is this? This is a gauge.
It's a gauge.
Yep. So it's what we call a monitoring gauge, and there's 12 different monitoring gauges within our range. But this particular one here is what we call a dual voltage gauge. So it enables you to monitor the voltage levels of up to 2 batteries. So that might be your start battery and your auxiliary battery. So it's ideally matched with the SBI, the battery isolator, or with the in-vehicle battery charger, because of course the Manager 30 has the red vision display to be able to provide this information. But in this case, where you've got a dual battery set up and you want to just keep an eye on what your voltage levels are, the voltage monitoring gauge is an ideal product for that type of solution. And it also has a third function, and that is an optional current sensor that you can connect to it to be able to see current draw.
Okay.
So it's a Hall effect current sensor, and it will, depending on how it's installed, it will tell you how much power is coming off the auxiliary battery, or how much power is going into the start battery, depending on what cable, what wire you install it through.
Yeah. So you can predict when it's the battery is full. What time? How long it's gonna wait?
Yeah, that's correct. So if you have a fridge, a 12-volt fridge connected in the vehicle, and you know what the current draw is, and you know that, look, I'm drawing this amount, you've got an indication of being able to determine how much time you can spend off grid until your auxiliary battery is flat, if you've got it connected to the auxiliary cables.
Yeah. Untung gue beli semuanya, Win.
Oh, that is... Yeah.
Untung gue beli semuanya.
Last thing that we have here is TowPro Elite.
Yeah, the TowPro. The TowPro is this product here.
Yeah.
And what the TowPro, and what it's called is the TowPro electric trailer brake controller.
Yep.
And it's designed to work with trailers that have electric or electric over hydraulic trailer brakes.
Yeah.
Itu kuncinya.
Yeah.
And what it's designed to do is that this main unit gets installed into the tow vehicle, so in the vehicle, and it measures the braking force inside the vehicle.
It measures.
It measures, yeah. So it's got inside what we call a 3-axis accelerometer, which enables it to measure the braking force.
Yep.
How hard you're pushing down on the brake pedal. And then it applies that exact same braking force to the trailer brakes. So therefore you have both tow vehicle and trailer braking at the same force. Okay. If you don't have a brake controller in that scenario, if you're braking really hard, you'll feel the trailer push you forward, push the tow vehicle forward. But with the brake controller installed, it will apply a braking force. So it's like forgetting that you're even towing the trailer, because it's so in partner with the trailer. But the unique thing about the Tow Pro, and this is what we call the Tow Pro Elite, this model, again, is that the main unit gets installed up under the dash, unlike other brake controllers that might have the main unit installed at the knees of the driver. And then all you see on the vehicle's dash is this small remote head. And this will quite often be installed into a switch insert. So most vehicles have a blank switch insert. You can drill a hole, this comes through in the back, and you put the remote head on, and that's all you see. And what this remote head enables you to do is to set the gain setting, so how hard you want to brake. So you can set the braking force of the trailer to be independent of the braking force of the vehicle. But it also has a nifty feature, and that's what we call manual override. Right? And by pushing down on the remote head, as I'm doing now, it will activate the brakes on the trailer. So quite often where we see that used is when you're going down a freeway, you're travelling at high speeds, and then suddenly you start to get this wiggle in the trailer. Fishtail is what we call it, where the trailer starts to move around. By hitting the manual override, you can put the brakes on the trailer without affecting the brakes on the tow vehicle, and bring that trailer back in line with the vehicle.
What does it actually does? Why it stops the fish?
Or puts the brakes on the trailer.
Oh yeah,
right, slows the trailer down. Right, because the trailer's starting to get out of control.
It's because of the way we put the weight on the trailer that makes sometimes it wiggle.
Well, that can have an impact as well. Yeah, correct. And that's the balancing of where
we always want to put the weight on in the center, not on the.
Correct. Yeah, depending on the type of trailer that you have and how long the trailer is. But yeah, where you do have that scenario, but you know what we quite often see with trailers starting the fishtail going down the highway is that you might see a truck going down the other way, and just that displacement of wind between the two vehicles can push the trailer, and suddenly you start to get a bit of a movement of the trailer. So it's a key safety feature by being able to just clearly just being able to easily push down on that, and it applies the brakes. And the beauty about the remote head of the brake control is it can be placed anywhere in the vehicle. Okay, so every vehicle is different. Every vehicle's got a place to put it, but they differ. Some people will install it in the driver's console down here. Others will put it near the radio on the other side. So the ease of that is that it's accessible and easy to be able to access for the driver to get to. So if they need to hit down on that manual override, or they need to be able to see their gain setting, they can do. And the other key feature about the Tow Pro Elite is that it has two different braking modes. So the first one is proportional. And what proportional braking means is that it's measuring that braking force inside the vehicle and applies the same braking force inside the trailer or to the trailer brakes. And then the second braking mode is what we call user controlled. And user controlled is ideal when you're going off-grid. Okay, so you can imagine, and the example I might give here is if you're going down a very steep terrain. When
you go down,
really heavy camper trailer on the back. So you've got your tow vehicle and the trailer. So if you're going down the very steep embankment, right, and you apply your foot, even if you're in proportional mode, you're going to see the trailer push the vehicle down the hill. Right, but by putting it into user control mode, we can increase the gain setting on the remote head. Let's say we put it right up to gain setting 10, which means that even if you're very lightly tapping on the vehicle brakes, the trailer brakes are coming on at full force, which means that you're holding up, the trailer's effectively holding up the vehicle.
Not chasing you and push you to the cliff.
Pushing you down. And the reverse of that is maybe when you're going through sand, you're down on a beach. and every time you put your foot on the tow vehicle brakes, you don't want the trailer to act like an anchor.
Yeah.
In that case, you put the gain setting closer down to 0. So, right, which means that the tow vehicle is doing all the braking, and there's hardly any braking force coming on the trailer brakes at the back. So it caters for all different scenarios.
So it should be accessible anywhere near you.
Correct, so, easy to get to. Whereas a lot of competing brake controllers, again, up under the dash of the vehicle, under the steering wheel. And it's very hard for drivers to be able to see what gain setting they're on, where's that manual override button, and being able to see what the system is doing. And that's the beauty about the TowPro brake controller, is the remote head and the OEM styling that goes with that as well, because installed in the vehicle, that looks like it came as part of the vehicle.
Oh, it's also saving lives.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it is correct.
So actually, every car that want to tow a trailer need to use that one for safety.
Correct. But there's different regulations around the world which stipulate when you need a brake controller fitted, depending on the weight of trailer that you have. So an example of that is in the US. A lot of American states have a requirement that if you're towing anything that's 3,000 pounds or greater, you must have a brake controller fitted.
This is brake control.
And that's because of the weight on the trailer and the impact it can have on the tow vehicle.
Okay, this is very a lot of information. Any other Redarc products that we should have here?
Look, there's perhaps one more, and that is our solar range of products.
Solar panel,
So
it's going to be arriving.
Yes,
in the next container.
Got quite an extensive range of solar products. So we've got what most people would be familiar with, and that is our fixed solar panels.
Yes.
So these are the panels that you would see on the top of the caravan or on a roof rack. Right. So they're permanent. They're permanent installation, fixed. And we actually sell solar brackets that enable you to fit the solar panels onto might be a rhinorack or an ARB roof rack. So we have that type of fixed panel available, range from 50 watts up to 200 watts, so very large panels. And then we have two other types which are more portable.
Which we can fold it.
Correct, yeah. So the second one is what we call a portable folding solar panel. And these are available in 120 watts and 200 watts. And they're similar to our fixed panels, but they fold up with a handle at the top for you to be able to carry. They're all Anderson plug connection, which makes it very easy to be able to connect and disconnect because they're portable in nature. You're constantly undoing them and doing them back up. And then the third option we have is our range of solar blankets, and these are really cool because they fold up to be roughly 36 centimetres by 36 centimetres, and they're designed to fit in the back of a drawer that you would see in a canopy or in the back of a four-wheel driving vehicle. So very small in size and usually anywhere from 5 to 8 centimetres in height, depending on the model. But we've got them available in 160 watt, 240 watt, and also up to 300 watts of solar, which can generate upwards of about 18 amps of power to go back into your auxiliary battery system to charge it.
It's nice. It's called blanket because that's what it is.
It is. It's a blanket, so it folds out. It's we've got two different types. We've got more of a rigid blanket once it folds out, and then we've got what we call an amorphous solar blanket. Which is our red blanket. The others are a black blanket. But the red blanket is more flexible, so you can actually bend it. Which is a little bit more versatile when it comes to where you put it. If you want to put it on the bonnet of the vehicle, and maybe lean it on a canopy.
So that means more dollar.
The amorphous is slightly more expensive because it's a more advanced technology. But the black blankets are a monocrystalline cell, which is typically what you would find in the marketplace, and they come in at a lower price position.
It looks really cool. I mean, I haven't seen one yet. I saw in the website just now. Looks really cool. But it comes with a good price too. So we're gonna try that.
Good. On
the next container, I hope. But anyway, it's been really good product already. I mean, so we are really thank you for you coming to Indonesia. We appreciate your time. I mean, and having you talk about the Redarc products, it's very, Indonesia is a growing market. I would see more and more Redarc product going to be used, but at least we start from a good product that you can, the Australian market are already been using this for 43 years.
Correct.
So it has been tested, abused, and you got a very good record of historical, any complaint, any how you deal with the customer satisfaction. It's all, been really good review. So we are happy that we can actually have the product here in Indonesia.
Good, good. It's all about high quality and reliable, and it's great to be here to promote the partnership that we have with bantengmas. And thanks for having me here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to say to Indonesian Redarc fans?
Oh, look, again, we're really at the start of our journey here in Indonesia, and it's great to have our products available again through a great reseller like bantengmas. We're very proud of our after-sales service and also technical support. So if you have any questions, certainly reach out to these gentlemen. But you can also contact Redarc directly with any questions you may have around product selection. We went through a lot. It is quite complex if you're not familiar with it, but we'll step through that product selection process with you and make sure that you're equipped with the products that you need depending on your different application.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your visits to Indonesia, and enjoy the Indonesian food.
I will. Thank you. It's been lovely so far. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks.
Hi, it's Craig from Redarc Electronics here. I head up international sales. I'm here in Jakarta, Indonesia with the boys from bantengmas in Jakarta. So any needs for Redarc products in Indonesia, come and see the guys here at bantengmas, and they'll be able to help you out with product selection and also your installation needs.